Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey Shackley. If you don't know me, I am the creator of Busy Mom Crock-Pot ebook as well as a co-founder of Real Women Conquer. And today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about diastasis recti. And if you're not familiar with this condition, a lot of times it can be due to, you'll see it post babies. A lot of times it's with women that have had multiples, like twins. It can be with women who have had large babies. It can be for women that maybe are really short and they just don't have a big torso to be able to fit the baby, so they don't have the muscles, the lengthening that some other women do. And some women just get it post babies, but I think it's a condition that's not talked about enough. And so that's why, hi Amanda. So that's why I wanted to come and talk to you guys a little bit about it today. Of course, if you're not super sure if you have it, you can always go to your doctor. I definitely recommend talking to your doctor about it because, but I personally had it after my first daughter, Ruby. And I believe I had it because I'm short. I'm only 5'1", and so I just don't have a lot of room to grow. So my belly goes out, and it just my muscles aren't flexible enough to really be able to deal with that. So what diastasis recti is basically you have a bunch of different muscles in your core, in your abdominal region, and basically, let me see here. There's so many abdominal muscles. I have to look to see which one it is because I'm not perfect and I don't know all my muscles. But it's the rectus abdominis muscle. So it's the muscle that's like right here that basically just doesn't go back. It doesn't go back together as like it was before babies. And this is definitely something that you can help make it better. Thank you, Catherine. And so make sure to tag your friends if you think that you have diastasis recti, or yeah, just share the video if you feel like it will help somebody. But basically, these are some things, if you're like, do I have it? These are some things that you can look for. So this is how I actually diagnosed myself back after I had Ruby, that I figured, okay, I need to do some research and figure out what is going on. So before Ruby, I did not have an outie belly button, okay? And so after I had her, I had an outie belly button. I'm like, I thought your belly button goes back in. And I was learning that mine was not. Okay, the other thing I was finding is that like I was back to basically my pre-pregnancy weight after her, but my stomach still kind of bulged out just a little bit. And I wouldn't say a lot, just a little, kind of like it is now. Like I look like I'm still a little pregnant, right? And so that's another indication that you might have diastasis recti. So those are the two things that really brought to my attention after her, that I thought, okay, I need to like start Googling this, figuring out, because I didn't even know this was a thing. And I started finding out, like I would type into Google, like belly button not going back in and still kind of look pregnant and different things like that. And the other thing, when I would lie flat to sleep, I felt like I could feel my intestines kind of like moving around and gurgling around, which is disgusting. But that's the symptoms that I was having. And so I was Googling it, and I come to find out, okay, like I might have this diastasis recti. So I did the test, and sure enough, I did. At that time, I had about a 2 to 3 finger gap, and it was pretty deep. And so I figured, okay, I need to know what exercises will make this worse, and I need to know what exercises will actually help make this better. So don't be afraid. If this is something like maybe your baby's 5 years old and you're just like, oh my gosh, yes, this is me. This is still correctable. Like, don't feel like this is something that like you're gonna have to deal with forever. But I will say, after having her, I corrected it, and now after having twins, I have it again. So it's something that I personally am going to have to work through first before I can do anything else, because your core holds everything together, right? So this is probably why I'm having hip problems now. I'm going to the chiropractor for my hip, and your hip bone is connected to your knee, and so that's why I've always kind of struggled with my knee. Everything kind of goes together, but the first thing that you correct is going to be your core strengthening. So there's certain exercises that you don't want to do, things that make your stomach bulge, like bicycles, like the abs bicycles, planks, anything that's going to put that extra pressure on your abdominal area is a big no-no when you have diastasis recti. So regular crunches, no, like the scissors, no. Like, you don't want to do those types of exercises because it can make that separation worse. So if you're thinking, do I have this? This is a test that you can personally do to find out if this is something that you have. So let me show you. What you'll want to do, I'm going to try and get my camera to go down so you can see me a little bit better. So what you'll want to do is you're going to want your knees bent like so, okay? And then you're going to lay back on your back with your arms down. And you're going to take one of your hands and you're going to want about 2 fingers, okay? And you want your chin up. Like, you don't want to do a crunch and bring your chin down. You want your chin up and you want to keep your eyes to the ceiling when you're checking, okay? You're going to lift your shirt and you're going to place your hands about like right here. Like I said, about a 2 fingers is what you're going to need about, okay? About the middle of your abdomen. You're going to put the other hand behind your neck and you're just going to bring yourself up just a little bit, right? And then you're going to feel with those 2 fingers if you have a gap. So I have about a 1 finger gap, which is considered normal post-babies, up here, but it's right around my belly button that I actually have more of a 2 finger gap right now. And below my belly button, I don't have a gap at all. And then you want to find down to know how thin is that tissue. And the closer I get to my belly button, the deeper it goes. So that's how you tell if you have diastasis recti. The thing too that you want to know is that when you're laying in bed or you're flat, you don't want to like crunch yourself up out of the position, because again, that's like a crunch. How you want to get out of bed is the same way you would when you're pregnant. You'll want to roll to the side and then come up like this. So those are just some tips that I have learned myself, and so I challenge you to do the test, find out if you have it. I am actually, since I need to close my own gap and get better with my core region, I will be sharing exercises that I do over the course of the next month or so to help close that before I go into more intense exercises. So I hope that this was helpful. If this was helpful to you, please share the video or tag your friends below who just had a baby, because this is most common post-babies. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me live. And of course, if you have questions, comment below.